Party of Kenya staged countrywide anti-government protests over President William Ruto's attack on the judiciary. In Nairobi County, the demonstrations were led by LSK President Eric Theuri, who was flanked by Kalonzo Musyoka, Professor Kivutha Kibwana, Eugene Wamalwa, among other high-profile lawyers. Similar events were held across 7 other LSK branches, including Meru and Bungoma, where advocates vowed to protect the independence of the judiciary and uphold the sovereignty of the Constitution against any threat and intimidation by the executive.
We will do anything under the law to ensure that we do not slide back to the days when this country was ruled by the rule of man.
We will not relent. We will continue to fight for the rule of law, and we will take action. And we are putting Parliament on notice.
Everyone runs to the judiciary, and we cannot close our eyes or bury our heads in the sand as the independence of the judiciary is threatened.
And I don't know why anybody will feel so bad about it, wanting to force judges to issue favorable ruling with regard to the punitive taxes, and more particularly, the housing tax.
Judiciary must be respected, and it must be allowed to do what the Constitution says it must do.
If he has any evidence against any of the judicial officers, let him follow the laid down procedures.
To the distinguished beneficiaries of Elimu Scholarship Program. Your success in the highly competitive selection process is truly commendable, and it is a testament to your dedication and coming out to apply for the Elimu Scholarship. The Elimu Scholarship Program has become a beacon of hope for aspiring students, and this year's cohort, consisting of 11,000 individuals from all the 47 counties in the Republic of Kenya, reflects the program's continued commitment to empowering the youth. All the students that we are sponsoring are now transitioning from the childhood to youth stage. And in this stage, there are several challenges that the government realized that it is better to have these students sponsored for high school so that the situation in their homes do not hinder them from continuing with their education.
Concept of the government and under the Ministry of Education that gives scholarship to vulnerable children. We are happy that today we are flagging off 288 children who have benefited, who have successfully been interviewed and benefited for this program. And on this note, I want to take this opportunity also to thank the government. When we were going out in the field, we saw that there were very many children who needed to be assisted. The children who equally needed this assistance. As I thank them to be able to sponsor more children and more families.
Enable us, all of us, especially students, to learn, achieve their goals, and also help those in need who cannot go to school. Elimu Scholarship will also help me because at home I couldn't afford to go to school where
In Mutindwa area, Embakasi in Nairobi County, it's a beehive of activity. Trade king.
Very negative impact for us business people.
Stima inakuja inapotea, saa zingine tunashinda kama hatuna kazi.
Most of them are lamenting over the rising cost of power, saying it poses a serious threat to their businesses.
For us, because definitely even the little money that you're going to make, bearing in mind that you've got to pay your taxes, buy the items pia zenye bei imepanda juu.
Cost of electricity in Kenya is relatively high compared to other countries. The increase in power cost is going to directly affect households' expenditure. Alice Miner, founder of Alison Furniture, is not only angered by the increment of electricity caused by energy and regulator.
Every region, you realize one part has power, the other side doesn't have power. So it has got quite a big negative impact.
The hardest hit by the new power tariffs that comes into effect this month are welders, millers, as well as food vendors, among others, who are now forced to either push the additional charges to their clients or cut down on production in order to reduce operational costs.
And you'll find that maybe the increment, the number of tokens that you buy the units, they are not usually enough. So you end up spending more, but it's not even returning.
Latest month power prices review this week raised the energy charge by 8.7% to 4.33 shillings per unit from 3.98 shillings last month. The move, according to EPRA, is to cover for their fuel costs and to further support off-grid power stations that serve far-flung areas that are not connected to the grid. They now want the government to revise the cost downwards for the survival of their businesses.
Tunaomba government itupunguzie.
Aflatoxin in milk products that may have put Kenyans' lives in danger. In an effort to eradicate possibility of presence of aflatoxin in milk products, Agriculture and Livestock Principal Secretary Jonathan Mweke said the government has put in stringent measures to mitigate harmful chemicals and contaminated milk in the country. This comes just one day after illicit milk products worth more than 150 million shillings were seized, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock, CS Mithika Linturi, reviewed commodities that had been confiscated at the Kenya Revenue Authority, ICD, in Nairobi.
Thank you. We've put together other initiatives as government in policy based on our recommendations as the National Livestock Steering Committee. One is there's a food and feed safety control bill that's currently before Parliament that's going to ensure that feed is safe, that we don't have aflatoxin, we don't have bacteria in our milk, that we have high quality milk. And that's very, very important for us to anchor it in legislation. Number two is commercialization of animal feed, where the government will be providing huge tracts of idle land to private sector to ensure that we produce enough feed for our animals, because we want to produce. You heard Joachim here say that feed is one of the major things or inputs for us to be able to produce quality feed.
I think many of you know that Kenyans are the highest per capita consumers of milk in sub-Saharan Africa. And many children rely on this as a foundational element of nutrition. So I'm going to try to ensure that
From all players in the value chain, we can mitigate contamination by the following: raising awareness and education on aflatoxins across the general public to reduce its contamination in the food chain.
Agriculture, PS Livestock, KDB, it's clear that this government is taking agriculture serious. And I think we all share the belief that Kenya, now it is a net importer of many agricultural goods, and we import 20% of our milk. Our vision should be that we turn that around in the next, say, 2 years, and we become an agricultural exporter. And we can, right? Again, if we go together, we'll go far.
Nchi yetu ilikuwa hatarini ya kuingia kwenye mtaro ya madeni. Ndio tukakalia ngumu, tukatembea, mimi nikatembea duniani kote, nikatafuta marafiki, nikatafuta usaidizi. Mimi nasimama mbele yenu leo kuambia uchumi ya Kenya sasa iko dhabiti na madeni yetu yote tutalipa. Nego, tunaelewana? Na kwa sababu tumemaliza ile kazi ambayo ilikuwa inahatarisha uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya, mambo ya madeni, sasa leo tuko na nafasi ya kuendesha maendeleo vile tulikubaliana na nyinyi, na ndio nimekuja kuanzia hapa Nyandarua.
Njia ambayo tunataka kuonyesha watu wetu ni kwamba tusipoteze, watoto wetu wasipoteze heshima kwa njia ya siasa. Kutafuta kiti sio kutukana mama yako ama baba yako ama ndugu yako mkubwa. Unauza sera zako, wananchi wakupe kiti uongozi. Kujua kuandika media sio daraja ya kwenda juu ati utukane kila mtu. Tunataka kuonyesha hawa mila yetu tangu zamani ni heshima. Umasaini tangu dunia iundwe walikuwa na viongozi na kulikuwa na njia ya kutafuta uongozi bila matusi, bila haramu, bila tashwishi nyingine yoyote. Na sisi tunataka kuomba wanasiasa wetu wa Kajiado watuheshimu kama wazee. Sisi ni baba zao, kuna wengine mama zao. Kila mtu anajua mrengo wake kisiasa, hiyo ni siri yako, unaenda kuweka kwa debe, unajua unaweka wapi. Lakini watu heshimu na sisi tuwaheshimu. Na tunawauliza, uchaguzi umeisha. Na kama uchaguzi umeisha, Mungu amechagua yule anataka. Biblia inasema watu wanapiga kura lakini Mungu ndiye anachagua kiongozi. Sasa wamechaguliwa, rais ni Ruto, governor ni Lengo, MCA yule amechaguliwa, women rep the same, senator the same. Tunataka waheshimiwe, wapewe nafasi yao. Jamani, miaka 5 sio mingi.
AFCON 2023, which is now being played in 2024 because of some delays, will be graced by the best African talents from across the world. And we are all salivating. We all can't wait to watch Mohamed Salah, to watch Victor Osimhen, to watch Sadio Mane, and all other top African talents that we watch playing for foreign clubs in foreign leagues across the world, from the English Premier League to La Liga to the Italian League. They have all gathered in Cote d'Ivoire to bring their skills to the African audience. And it is therefore a very special announcement we make here today that this beautiful exhibition of African football will be broadcast live on free-to-air signal to the Kenyan audience, which is really...
has now condemned the attack on Kisii Governor and ODM Deputy National Chairperson Simba Arati, which happened earlier this week. During his tour of Kisii County today, Sifuna says they are giving the authorities a 14-day ultimatum to ensure the main suspects are arrested. Sifuna, who met with the area OCPD Isaac Kimwele, says the police should ensure the matter is resolved, adding that South Mugirango Member of Parliament Silvana Sosoro is yet to issue a statement. The attack that was launched during a bursary disbursement meeting left several people injured.
Now
understood that the police in Kisii, under the leadership of the county commander, Mr. Charles Kasese, are now planning a diversionary raid on the governor's residence in the guise of searching for firearms. We take this opportunity to condemn in the strongest possible terms the actions of Honorable Osoro and the police and demand as follows. Number one, that the IG of police must immediately transfer the Kisii Police County Commander. Yes. Number two, that action must be taken against the officers identified in the attack during the issuance of the bursary reform. They should be interdicted as they await their date with justice. Number three, Honorable Osoro should be asked to record a statement to the police if he has become too powerful to be arrested. Number four, that the Independent Police Oversight Authority must immediately commence investigations into the abuse of police power in Kisii County. Lastly, all these things must happen within the next 14 days, failing which the party will pursue other avenues to ensure law and order in Kisii. Amen. In the meantime, we wish to state that should any harm come to our party national vice chairperson and governor of Kisii, Honorable Simba Arati, as a result of any subsequent attack against him, the persons named here, including Honorable Osoro, Police Commander Charles Kasese, and the IG of Police will be held personally responsible.